Hey everyone, welcome back to Byler Style Homesteading. If you are new here, we are a family of 7 based in the Bitterroot of Montana. The last few months, we have been working on our new piece of property that we have been turning into our next homestead. In this week's video, we're gonna see our shop start to finally take some shape, and we're gonna see the last of this year's lambs that have been born and all kinds of fun. So let's go check it out together.
Hey guys, it is another beautiful day in western Montana in the Bitterroot. The mountains out there and the snow. Pretty amazing having this view. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing today. The kids love to have some little chicks around, and we have some hens that want to set. So trying to do that, I've learned you have to get them away from the other hens and get them into their own little box or corner or whatever, so that they can just have their own chicks, because hens, that when they hatch chicks, they will kill another chick's chicks just out of defense of their own, and they can be quite the little bear, or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, I'll show you how I do this here. So look at that, nice bunch of eggs there. So a hen can comfortably set on about 12 or 13 eggs is kind of what I've always done. So I got 13 there. So yeah, I'm just put them in a little box so they stay together, and just have this wooden box here to put this hen in and let her set on the eggs until they hatch. And then I got a little door here, we'll sit over the front of it. So yeah, just having a little box for herself. I need to get her some food and water and all that good stuff. But yeah, I should be able to get her to set in there. It's a good hen. She'll keep them eggs warm and hatch some chicks in about 3 weeks. So here is the next pen. Got another box full of eggs right there. So got 13 in there too. Just to give her a good chance. So this is an open pen. This is some pens I made that actually they're really cool. I really do like them. Just I close the 2 sides in basically, so they have a kind of a corner to get out of the wind and all that stuff. So yeah, I can stick a hen in there and in that box, and then she'll actually be able to just raise her chicks in there too. So then I do cage on this end and all that to let them get some sunshine and fresh air too. And these pens too, you can move them around fairly easily, so that is nice to keep them on fresh dirt and things. Chicks and all little critters do so much better outside. So yeah, then I got another pen here. Built slightly different, I guess, but kind of the same jig. Got some little roosting rails in that one. So I'll show you this here. So got another nice nest of eggs there. So hopefully these guys will like that. We will have some happy hens and happy chicks.
Who is that? Kitty cat? What's her name?
Meadow.
What is it?
Meadow.
Meadow, that's right. This is Meadow. Meadow did not get put in our video where we introduced all of the animals because she was actually missing. We relocated her here to the property when we brought Buck and the sheep, and even after pinning her up for a couple days, she disappeared for a couple days, and we were really worried that she was totally gone, but She came back. Now she's here. Yeah, and she's been sticking around so good. So I think she realizes that this is home now. So we made it up here to the homestead, and behind me you can see we are actually drilling the well today. The well drillers are here, and guess we'll see how deep they need to go to find us some water. But that's a big, huge step that we're getting water in here. The electric got run in down the driveway last week. They finished boring under the road and got electric to our side and ran the wire on back in the driveway. So we're on track to be getting electric and water here on the property, hopefully, you know, before too terribly long. So all of that makes us very excited and feels like we're moving forward and in the right direction. And there we have it. Well casing is in. I have a little monkey. The kids have been playing on the sand pile for the last couple days and have created all kinds of little caves and houses and child accommodations. What in the world? Wow. Oh my goodness.
This is a little stove thing, and then here my countertop is, and my fire is. Here, this is my knife. I found it. But it's not very sharp. I just found it.
That's a very fancy little house.
It can cut pretty good, but I'm not going to keep it for like it. Oh, my knife. Mommy, come look out mine.
All right. You show me yours. Oh my goodness. All right, you show me yours. Wow, and you're building that all on your own, huh?
Fireplace.
That's your fireplace? Very cool. You're using, what's the wet sand? This wet sand is to make everything pack nice?
With water.
Yeah? Very good.
I might fall down my step. on getting sand out so I can make a wood floor.
No wonder you're so extremely dirty. No wonder you're so extremely dirty.
Oh yeah, it's mostly because of me climbing out.
Whoa.
Stove down in there. There's also a chimney up, as you can see the light.
Oh my.
No, I have one more thing to show you.
Okay.
My stove has
Are you?
saw.
You ordered a saw and it's gonna come and get put into your mailbox?
They put something in here, and they put this flag up.
Yep.
And then I come, I grab it, and then I put it back down.
Perfect.
Decided to take a little dock here and a little potty break. It is quite the mountain lake up here. Quite awesome to be able to bring a boat up here, go around on the water. Can hear hear some waterfalls back there or something. I think we'll go check it out. Then we'll head back. Hear that water gushing.
Right now, Nevin is working on evening out some more fill rock. This is just the rest of the driveway, and back here is the big parking / turnaround area that will be in front of the house eventually. The little lambs and their mamas have been doing so good. The lambs are just growing like weeds. And they're so fun. Hi, cutie. Hi, cutie pie. Don't touch that fire. So, keeping up with the manure in this paddock has been rather challenging for me. So, definitely a little behind. So I think instead of using the wheelbarrow today, I am just gonna use my handy dandy rake, get all the manure raked into piles, and then open up the corral and bring in the skid steer and take each pile out by the bucket full. So before I do that, I'm gonna take these guys out to the paddock so that they can have some turnout time and run around a little bit and not be in my way while I try to get this done. So some of you are probably wondering why we don't keep the horses just out here in the field all the time. Mainly it's because we are not living on the property right now, and just to put the horses in this little single strand wire, we just don't feel comfortable doing that with us not being here on the property. So we try to turn them out here when we can, just to let them get some good space to stretch their legs and eat a little bit of grass and all of that. But yeah, right now we don't even, the only solar fencer that we have right now is on the sheep's paddock, keeping that wire hot. So this wire actually isn't even hot right now. But that's fine. I'm here. They generally respect hot wire, but yeah, just with us not being here and all of that, we prefer to have them in the corral with some very solid fencing. So eventually, hopefully in the next few weeks, we will get a good solid fence up for them to where they can be out grazing. But right now, the shop building and some of that is taking priority. So for now, I'll just let them graze out here, have a little time to stretch their legs while I go finish the job of cleaning out the corral. For the reason that I am wanting to try to keep on top of the manure in the corral there. Well, one, flies. So flies generally hang out where there's a lot of manure. So keeping it cleaned out of their living space will, of course, help cut down on flies. The other thing is that I have found from years and years of having horses that if you do not keep the manure cleaned up and you just let it build up into their pens, you eventually deal with such bad mud problems. It gets substantially worse when there is a lot of manure. You always have a certain amount of mud, unless you live in a very, very dry area. But you always have a certain amount of mud that you deal with. But I have always noticed that it gets substantially worse when there's a lot of manure buildup. And the ground just doesn't drain, it doesn't dry out, it just gets mushy and mucky. And thirdly, it's just not nice for animals to have to live in their poop. So isn't the permanent spot for this round pen, but for now, I'm gonna do the best I can, keep it cleaned up, and once the horses get turned out on pasture, it won't be a problem. and I scraped a little bit with the skid steer. I'm really careful when I do that because I've learned that if you're going to scrape it with a tractor or a skid steer or something, you want to be really careful and not take your topsoil with you. So, because then the whole drainage issue just gets way, way worse. So I just carefully scraped a little bit of like the wet, heavy stuff where it was like the thickest. I just scraped that off the top. Now I'm going to go back in with my rake and get everything cleaned up. It's been a really exciting day here at the homestead. We are getting the first of the walls up on the shop. The guys have been working on framing all day, and yeah, let's go check it out. Well, the kids here have been working on a little fort.
Yeah, I'll be inside.
They've got their pallet walls and their little piece
But
of
Mommy, you know what
plywood
we
there for the top.
Since we drilled a hole here, now we can grab twine and tie it here so that when we open our door.
All right.
That's what it's going to play.
That's right, twine. Twine's like the perfect
There's a whole bunch
thing
of twine back there.
for all things homestead, farming, and creations.
Yep.
All right, well, my phone died, so didn't catch the rest of this project, but got it done, and it looks a lot better. I'm not very good at taking before videos, so you'll just have to trust me that it looks a lot better than it did. So now I'm gonna go grab the horses and make sure they're fed and taken care of for the night and head on back to our rental house.
take shape and everything. So just give you a little distant tour there. So when we get the back wall set up there tomorrow, we'll try to give you a little more of an explanation of everything. But yeah, I got some big doors in the front and some big windows over there. So it is coming together. So be very excited to show you this project as it progresses. A beautiful evening out there. See the sunset and everything. Well, we got some things done today. Got some walls up, sheeting done. Got our garage doors all framed there. Show you what they look like. And windows, we got two about 4 foot high, 8 foot wide windows over there on that wall. Just sheeted them shut until we have them to keep the rain and all that out if it rains. So here's two 4 by 8 windows on this side. See them. Got our poles up and our beams up out here, so we're ready for these trusses also then. Got it all bridged up good and everything is locked in. Got to show you my sonotubes and permacolumns back here. Yeah, I like these permacolumns. It just puts no wood in the ground. That's a prefab concrete post with a big bracket on it, and this should last 100 years. These guys are expensive, but boy, they sure are good and durable and should last for a long time. Did some big 24-inch tubes there to fill them up with concrete to get us a real good solid post base.
So as of yesterday, we are done with lambing for 2025. This baby has a sibling somewhere. I think he's sleeping in the corner. Oh yeah, he's sleeping back there. There he is. So another set of twins, and one's a male and one's a female. Oh, Maggie, you have some very nice babies. They are so cute. This one here is the female, and this one over here is the male. It's time for a snack. Yeah. So Maggie had a single lamb last year, so we were really excited that she had twins. Oh, and they're just beautiful. So very grateful that all the lambing is done and everything went good and everybody is healthy and thriving. And all the mamas are doing great. And hopefully after a few weeks here, we will have a bit more milk for our own personal use. start working on the fence here along the road. Get our perimeter fence started. So they're about ready to pound a bunch of posts. You gonna take a nap or what? Well, that is everything for this week, you guys. We are really excited about the progress that is happening on the shop, and we are going to try and keep up this momentum because we need to be moved out of our rental house by the end of this month. So the pressure's kind of coming on, and next week is all kinds of exciting new updates. We set trusses. You might even get to see this little project that's happening behind me. So if you want to see all of that and keep up to date on everything that's happening here, make sure and tune in next week. And thank you for watching today, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.